Hello, this is Reporter Television and I am Bethel Mikhail with the news. The Information Network Security Agency, INSA, disclosed that over the past 9 months, the state-owned telecom company, Ethiotelecom, has lost over 1 billion birr to telecom fraud. According to the 9-month performance report that was tabled before the House of People's Representative, telecom fraud is becoming the major obstacle in expanding access to telecom services in Ethiopia. The report said that telecom fraud is increasingly claiming a huge amount of revenue and costing the nation's telecom sector. To that effect, INSA reported that it has been involved with massive nationwide operations to foil organized telecom fraud during the past 9 months. As a part of the operation, INSA announced that it has dismantled organized telecom fraudsters networks around the nation, including those found in Addis Ababa, Jijjiga, Harar, and Dirredawa. In total, the agency has seized more than 400 telecom systems and equipments, each having the capacity of supporting multiple mobile SIM cards ranging from 8 up to 720. According to INSA's estimates, the illicit telecom operations cost the nation over 1 billion birr. The report also indicated that 46 people have been arrested and have been brought before the court in connection with alleged fraudulent activities. The agency said technological sophistication, stakeholders' lack of awareness, and lack of control in the sales of SIM, voucher, and e-video cards are major factors which has exacerbated the problem. In another shocking report to the House of People's Representative, the institution of Imdusman has once again exposed wide maladministration practices in government institutions overseeing the distribution of subsidized food items, housing and construction, land management and compensation, which has become causes for discontentment in Addis Ababa and other regions of Ethiopia. Presenting the institution's 10-month performance report to the House on Tuesday, Chief Ombudswoman Fozia Amin said that her institution has investigated thousands of appeals of maladministration over the past 10 months and settled up to 82% of the files. She indicated that in the progress, her office has investigated some serious maladministration cases which are creating major discontents among the public. Among the findings, the most shocking is the case involving the distribution of basic food items and consumer goods, which are heavily subsidized by the government. The institution's investigation revealed that some of the public's institutions are not properly distributing these heavily subsidized consumer goods to the public. According to Fozia, serious problems were found in the consumer goods distributing agencies of 5 regional states, namely Addis Ababa, Southern Amhara, Oromia, and Gambela regional states. She further highlighted that landholders, particularly farmers in Finfinne Special Zone of Oromia Regional State, have suffered from epic maladministration in connection with compensation. Fozia also indicated that farmers in the special zone were not being given proper alternative plots or fair amount of compensation when they were asked to relocate for development. The major problems identified in the area include delaying of payment of compensation for residents who are evicted for development and problems in accessing alternative plots for farmers leaving their original location for development. She also exposed huge maladministration issues in the Amhara, Gambela, and Benshangul Gumuz regions, particularly in relation to schooling system. She said that schools in the mentioned regions suffer from severe education material shortage, lack of adequate classrooms for students, leading up to cramming up to 138 students in a single classroom, charging excessive school fees in private schools, and other problems. After hearing the report, the House on its part urged the institution to strictly follow the measures taken against maladministration in the areas of housing and construction, land management, and compensation in the capital city and other parts of the country. Gabra Xavier Araya, chairperson of the Legal and Justice Administration Affairs Standing Committee, said that the institution needs to intensify its efforts towards taking measures against maladministration, lack of information, accessibility, and related cases. Jonas Abi reported that the chairperson told the institution should work hard to ensure the rights and benefits of women, children, and people with disabilities, thereby alleviating good governance problems. Amendment to the Financial Administration Proclamation has proposed to empower the Ministry of Finance and Economic Cooperation, MOFEC, to closely monitor the internal audit departments of all federal government agencies by shifting their administrative accountability from their respective agencies to MOFEC. The draft amendment also proposed an imposition of financial punishment on top government officials who fail or refuse to comply with financial reporting requirements of the ministry or take corrective actions based on the findings of the internal or external audit bodies. According to Deputy Government Whip Amanuel Abraha, the amendment aims at filling some gaps which are exhibited in the public financial management. The draft amendment details the rationale of shifting the accountability of internal audit departments in various government institutions, citing their limited role in preventing wastage of government resources so far. The draft argues that most of the internal audit institutions are largely understaffed, underfunded, and they receive little to no administrative support from their parent institutions. The ministry has observed that most of the professionals in the internal audit departments work under questionable independence from the institutions. Jonas Abi reported that another significant provision in the amended proclamation is the stipulation of hefty financial fine on government officials. According to the draft amendment, public officials who failed or refused to submit or ensure the submission of plans or financial reports to the ministry or an external auditor who has failed to take corrective measures based on the audit findings of the internal or external audit or to ensure that such measures are taken should be liable to financial fine. The administrative fine ranges from 5,000 up to 10,000 birr on the basis of each breach of the duties, while recommendation of immediate dismissal will be written to the Office of the Prime Minister for 3-time offenders. The Federal Attorney General, formerly the Ministry of Justice, has presented a bill that amends an extradition agreement between Ethiopia and the neighbor Sudan. The two countries signed the new treaty 4 years ago in May 2012 to enhance their cooperation in fighting crime and criminal activities in the region. Presenting the draft document before the House, Deputy Government Whip Amanuel Abraha said that the latest treaty is intended to strengthen the cooperation between the two countries by renewing the same agreement they had signed in 1972 under the auspices of preventing and suppressing organized crimes in the region. He indicated that it is necessary to ensure peace and stability as well as fighting against terrorism among the two nations. The treaty lists the major extraditable offenses and the procedure each party should follow to fulfill the extradition requirement and extradite criminals. According to the agreement, a country can request an extradition of a criminal if and when at the time of the request the crimes committed are punishable under the laws of the two countries and provided that minimum penalty for the offense is at least 1 year of simple imprisonment. Jonas Abi reports that the treaty lists out 15 conditions that proclaim grounds for refusal to extradition. Among them is when the suspects are wanted in connection with political matters, race, or issues in relation to the person's religion. The new income tax law, which is making headways to reform the tax regime, is being hailed by a tax expert as the draft law offers modest adjustments and provisions that include insertions of income categories to the tax basket. Walala A. Yesugat, assistant professor at the Faculty of Business and Economics at Addis Ababa University, told the reporter that the draft law, which is expected to be enacted on soon, has brought more provisions that range from broadening tax bases to the extent of easing some continuous requirements existing tax regime imposes on taxpayers. According to Walala, one extra income tax category which was previously ignored was management fees. It was not part of the existing income tax distribution previously. Management fee mostly is related to foreign companies. A company residing in Ethiopia might pay some amount of money to a non-resident company in another country in the name of management fees. Walala said this was not a recognized income until the new reform. The proposed income tax law also has a mechanism to address the most continuous component of the existing law, the dispute resolution mechanism. According to Walala, it is undoubtedly expected to resolve the cumbersome and painstaking procedures of appeal for majority of taxpayers. As Brhanu Fekeder reported, Walala also wished the draft law should have focused on the existing 3 years of loss carry forward provision should have been extended to 5 years as businesses find it difficult to sustain and regain shortly. The expectations were high among the public, where the proposed income tax will bring rates considerably down and have a significant impact on the cost of living. That was all for today. Thank you for watching. For detailed information and exclusive interviews, make sure to go to our website, thereporterethiopia.com.